Hey, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 129th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week we are talking all about how to deal with a disgraced icon, which is, it's a troubling conversation because sadly, I think in both of our lives, we've had several icons that have been disgraced, right?
You mean personal icons?
But yeah, I mean people that you adore.
Or what about icons that aren't an icon for you? Do they count?
Oh, that's interesting. What do you mean by that?
So they may be famous, but you don't care for them.
Oh, true. But they're an icon for someone else, right? Yeah, I think that comes into the lot too. I think it's an icon whether for you or in the world, but they're disgraced. And yeah, I mean, I think you're only going to care if it's like your personal icon, but
if you don't know who they are, then it's harder, right?
True that. But see guys, already so much to talk about. Stay tuned. What do we have to do now? It's your favorite time of the day. It's Tasha's monologue.
Finally.
Woo! Yeah, boys and girls. Let's do this. So if you have downloaded this episode because you're listening to it on the Podbean app, yay! You are a rock star. We adore you. We love you. And we can't wait to hear from you because that's how you can actually comment on the episode and then join the conversation. Now, if you're like, but I love you, but I don't want the Podbean app, it's a little sad. There's tears in my eye, but that's okay. What we ask though is whether you're tuning into this on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or any of the other platforms that we're on, make sure that you're at least following and subscribe to the show because y'all know WokeNFree is poppin' each and every week. So yes, please do so that you can also get notified for all upcoming episodes, right? Next, if you really are all about the WokeNFree Nation, then what we ask for you is to share this out with your friends and family, your coworkers, strangers. Get it out in the world, guys. No one's a better ambassador than yourself, right? You have to just kind of spread the word organically, and that's how things get to grow, and that's how the conversation can get even bigger and bigger. So please do that. Next, on social media, you can easily find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest at WokeNFree. And that's a really great way to engage with us if you like to, just kind of share breaking news. If you see something that we've posted and shared for the day and you're like, you're funny, you're interesting. Go ahead, guys. Definitely feel free to engage with us there. And then, of course, if you have 2 minutes, yes, 2 minutes. Who doesn't have 2 minutes, guys? You have 2 minutes. Please review the show. So we would love to get a review on iTunes. We'd love to get a review on Google Play, on any of the platforms that you're listening that allow you to give reviews of the show. Just a couple of stars. Some of them allow even comments, all of that good stuff. We, A, greatly appreciate it. And then B, we might even shout you out in the episode. So do us a favor and we'll do you a favor. All right, y'all?
Each week, we like to share a little bit about us before we dive into the topic for the episode. Last week, we asked, would you rather have Stan Lee or Kevin Smith create your own comic book character? This week, we're asking, would you rather get a tattoo of a cartoon character or a tattoo of the face of a celebrity you like?
Oh, that's so interesting. Well, okay, I can answer the question for me and I can answer the question for you.
Really?
So, yeah. So, for me personally, it would probably be a tattoo of a celebrity I love. Hello, Michael B. Jordan. I adore you.
That seems too much.
It is too much. It's a little extra. It's a little stalkerish. But he understands my passion for him, guys. But because I'm also deeply in love with you, my love, I think you would be very pissed off to see Michael B. Jordan on some part of my body. I would end up probably doing a cartoon character. So, hello, Betty Boop, or hello, Kitty. That's where I'm at with that.
Because I thought you would do like Michael Myers or something.
But I think you do not want that either. I would actually want a Michael Myers,
too,
but but you said you wouldn't really want that. But I really would love Michael Myers, like on my leg, like just so you know who's in charge here.
Yeah, that's a little too strange for me.
See, you're against the Michaels, guys. can't get a Michael anywhere.
Yeah, it's
All
a
right.
little too weird. I don't know.
All
To have
right.
a face on you, it's kind of crazy looking.
But you said you wouldn't be mad if I got the Michael knife, though. You said I could
The knife
pass-
would be okay. 'Cause
Yes.
At least it's not a face of it. Like
But then also, that's kind of
weird.
weird, right? When people see a knife tattooed to your body, they're like, you're a little violent in
Yeah,
nature.
they're just gonna think you're violent.
Yeah, so that's why it's just like, I'm just assed out with that.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
But how about you?
Well, I would definitely have to go with the cartoon character. I can't put a face of like a celebrity on me. That's so strange.
Hey, man.
It doesn't. I don't know. That just seems kind of weird.
There's so many beautiful
I know people
celebrities
do it,
out
but
there, yeah.
it's just kind of strange to me. I mean, I guess if you're obsessed with them, but
You know what it is?
That's
It's like
a lot
it's like
going on there.
Because every time you're like, so growing up, I love Josh Hartnett, love you, Josh Hartnett, and like every time I'd see his face, it would just make me smile because I'd be like, oh my gosh, I adore him. So that's why, like, if you got their face on your body, it would just make you smile. Like you're just like, yay. But
'Cause I know some people get like Malcolm X or Martin Luther King on their.
oh, Malcolm
bodies.
would be yes,
Yeah.
by any means necessary.
I know
I'm
people
definitely
do
getting that
that,
phrase
but-
tattooed on my body somewhere because that's everything. But no, so okay, so what celebrity or what cartoon would you do?
Maybe a Boondocks character.
Amazing,
Huey, maybe.
amazing, amazing.
To have a big fro on my body.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. see?
Please do that. I would thoroughly
Is
enjoy
that cool to have that?
I mean, yeah, that's even cooler than but I do love Hello Kitty though. Hello Kitty. Hello. But oh man, that would be cool. What other cartoon would you be open to?
Open to maybe Sonic.
You're amazing. I can't with you. What?
Yeah, to have a blue
A blue little.
It would be a
hedgehog
blue
thing?
ball though. Yeah,
Oh,
I'd have him
Lord.
in the ball form, so I wouldn't have the face on
You
there. That's
wouldn't-
too weird.
okay.
But I'd have a blue ball on there.
People would be like, "What's that?"
Yeah, I would say it's a blue ball.
Amazing.
So yeah, I could get over it. And then be like,
Rando acts of
I
life,
I
guys.
have a blue spiky ball on me.
I
So
can't
that
with
you can get over.
I thought you were gonna do something like from our
What?
childhood, like what's the Bugs?
Doug?
Or
Or-
Doug?
oh, yeah, Looney Tunes. I know people do that.
Tunes,
I would do that for a joke, but
yes.
it'd have to be on the bottom of my foot.
or a rub off tattoo, I guess. Yeah,
I may have had a rub off version before.
that's too
Daffy
funny.
Duck or Bugs Bunny.
Yes.
Well, actually, I like Tasmanian Devil too.
true.
I think I've seen that. I would have him while he's spinning. Like he looks like a tornado.
Yes. Oh, cool.
That's what I would have.
Oh, okay.
That would be another one, yeah. So those are 3 I could do.
Guys, these are priorities here. These are life choices that we have to make. So, all right, we want to know, what's your answer to the question for the share of the week? Would you go with a celebrity icon that you adore? Hello, Michael B. Jordan. Or would you go with a cartoon? And what would that cartoon be? Would it be a blue ball on your body somewhere? Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Now we'll just get into the episode. How should you deal with the disgraced icon?
Cry and pretend it didn't happen.
That's a good way to start.
I think so. I think this is the way that we go about life.
Yeah, so.
JK, guys, JK. Obviously, no one is perfect. We have to accept this. And I think that when you talk about, well, what do you mean by accepting this? I think there's a couple of things. First, don't jump on a bandwagon of dismissing the person on social media. I think that once news breaks about a disgraced icon, it's really interesting to see the flood of negative commentary and rhetoric on social media. And there's enough people in the world who are going to go and do that because they're just in their feelings and they're making money off clickbait, and it's sad. But don't be one of those people, right? Because also, as we have come to know with the recent passing of the great the great Kobe Bryant, is that not all information that comes out immediately is completely accurate. And so you want to make sure that when you are talking about something, the full story is come to life and it's verifiable on full, like many sources. So there's that. Next, follow the news, and I mean multiple resources, so that you are informed and you aren't driving yourself crazy, because one outlet might not say the same as another, and it gets a little crazy. So I think taking a beat and pausing is probably one of the best things you can do and figuring out kind of what's going on. Then if the act committed by this icon offends or disgusts you, And then I think you're in a position to have to make a decision if you want to continue to support that person or consume what that person does. Sometimes the disgrace might be like the person, like where I'm not to bring up negativity, but like, when Tiger had his, not the original incident, Tiger Woods, but the second incident where I feel like he had a poor thing. He was like taking too much Ambien or something was weird.
Oh,
and he like crashed into a tree or something weird happened, right? And then it was like, does that truly offend you? Or
that can't disgust you.
Or disgust you? Or was it the sleeping around with 25,000 people, right? Like, and obviously he didn't do that, but he had infidelity issues in his marriage. And so like, if that truly disgusts or offend you, then you have to decide, do you want to continue to watch golf games with him or not? Do you want to continue to support things about him on social media or his campaigns? It's up to you. That's a personal choice.
Even though that's his personal life.
It is, but people get in their feelings and they decide, they decide whether based on your personal life, whether that can be a part of your personal life. And it's
that's different than doing completely illegal things, because some celebrities, they just completely break the law and harm people in the process.
Well, like when Michael Vick did the dog fighting situation, right? Like,
harming with the animals.
That's, you have to personally decide, like, that's atrocious. We are anti-animal abuse. So that's a decision then that made us have to decide, do you support this person or not? But, unlike cancel culture where it's like, everyone automatically cancels you. I think we should take the perspective of personal journey with that person and just, what do you personally want to do? Regardless of what's going on in the world, what do you want to do? And kind of go about it that way. Exactly, Toby. Toby has to, he had to chime in, guys. So that's where he's at with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think you got to find out if it's the truth, definitely, because there's too much just fake news. So that's definitely a good point you make. But I also say, see if it's not just like a larger conspiracy to take the celebrity down. Because I don't know. Sometimes I feel like there's just people out to get some of these celebrities. And it's not even, there's not really a truth to it. They just say, man, they're getting too popular. I want to take them down. I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. I just feel that sometimes there's larger forces at play. So you got to watch out for that and really make sure that, the truth is real. Go and do some research about this. And if it is true, I guess you probably shouldn't be mentioning the person too much in your social media. Like, I don't think you should jump on the bandwagon ever, even if it's true. I don't think you need to jump on and like start sharing all this stuff about them. No. I think you should just let the news that's out there, let that stay out there. You don't have to like propagate it. That's not for you.
I think the only reason why it makes sense to do it is maybe if you have some type of connection to that celebrity, like if you worked for that person or that person is a part of your family and you are deeply hurt and you're the kind of person who uses social media to be, mydiary.com, which is not how social media is supposed to be used. But, people obviously didn't get the memo. And so they go on there and they rant and they complain and the And so if you're that kind of person, then it is what it is. And you're going to have to, decide how much of a negative spewer you want to be. But it's unhealthy. It's unhealthy for you. It's unhealthy for that person. It's not healthy, guys, when we all go in on someone and just talk a bunch of
negative
worse stuff. Like if
it's positive, it'd be good. If you're sharing all the positive stuff.
I mean, Kevin Spacey, loved him growing up. Oh gosh, loved him. And then when that came out about what he had done as a person, I was dismayed. Like, how could he do this? How could he be a proponent of child abuse and rape and assault? Like, what? Right? And again, I don't know if everything's finalized. I haven't looked into the matter.
I'm not sure what's happening with that.
But either way, the allegations were very disheartening, right? But I'm even though I adored this man for most of my life, I'm not going to go out on social media and be like, oh, he's a this, that. Like, no, I don't need the likes from that. I don't need the, the nasty, vitriol, energy to put out in this world.
Yeah,
but,
you shouldn't be sharing that.
Everyone has to own up and be accountable for their actions. And as some people believe, some people have to meet their maker. So everyone has to decide what they want for themselves. I know what I want my maker to say of me. So I'm gonna act appropriately. But, do you feel it is okay to be disappointed or even angered with a disgraced icon that like you personally love or adore?
I think this question is funny because I mean, you definitely can be upset and disappointed. That's okay. But you just got to remember, if you don't know them personally, why are you taking it personal? It's not, they're not somebody like you ask them, hey, what's up? Where are we going for breakfast? If you're not talking to them on such a casual level, then why are you going so crazy over it? I mean, you got to kind of realize, you got to take a step back from yourself and realize you observe this person in some form of media, which you can always observe them in. So it's not like you talk to them on a daily basis. You could either go back to their movie, go listen to their music, look at highlights. I mean, you can go see them anytime you want. It doesn't, and you're not having like a personal conversation with them. So it's not like you're in some augmented reality where they communicate back to you when you talk to them. If it was on that, if we were on that level, then I understand, because then you feel like you know them because they're talking to you with their AI voice.
Michael B. Jordan.
See,
Michael B. Jordan.
That's not happening right now, though. And then also you got to remember, you don't know the complete details of why the event occurred. You don't know what led up to that. We always look at the outcome, but what did it take to get here? What caused this to happen? It wasn't just like, oh, here we go, I screwed up. It's like there's little things that add up to this, things that happen in their life, people wronging them. There's certain incidences that come up. There's definitely reasons why these things happen. They're not just easy.
Energy is neither created or destroyed, right? So when you experience trauma, what happens? It gets played out in your life towards someone else. So it's transferring, guys. Everything is energy. And so, yes, you're absolutely right. There's a reason, like R. Kelly, right? Yes, he's got canceled, and rightfully so. I mean, unless there is some preponderance of evidence that can show that he did not do the atrocious acts that he did, then what he did is it's definitely cancel culture worthy. But
and remember, he has a past.
But then again, the amount of abuse and trauma he experienced, deeply upsetting, deeply hurt, but isn't an excuse.
Yeah, there's things that led up to this. Yeah,
it's not an excuse. So we can't be like, oh, poor baby, you were hurt. No, you were hurt, but you didn't have to go out and hurt. You chose to do that. Everything is a choice as well. So, and
you can choose to get better
and get treatment. He needed to get treatment for what was happening, because he shouldn't have been abused. Him and his brother, I believe, who were abused by their sister, they shouldn't have been gone through that. That's awful. Like, that's incestual in nature. It's disgusting.
Needed to get some help.
Yes, exactly. Jesus.
That's one thing.
Sweet black baby Jesus.
Wow.
Well, so it's an interesting thing, right? Should you personally, can you be disappointed or upset? Again, right? I think it's, so like, I adore Michael B. Jordan. I adore Josh Hartnett. I adore Kerry Washington, right? Like, certain actors that just like, oh my gosh, I adore you. If they were to be disgraced in some way or form, would I be in my feelings about that? Naturally, I think yes. I think you because you do develop this kind of commitment to this person's journey and watching them come up throughout acting. I remember watching Carrie when she was very young, and a film that she did and all the things that she's now done since. So incredibly proud of her, so incredibly devoted to watching her succeed and watching her just have the best life. If there were to be something to happen to her, I would be hurt. But like you said, ultimately what you're talking about is perspective, right? And so we have to say, hey, is this person having breakfast with me? Do they even know that I'm alive? Like,
well, yeah.
No, right? So, you can be in your feelings, but when you take a step back and you recognize, I don't have a relationship with this person, they don't have a relationship with me, let them live their life, and I need to do the same. And I need to go and do my thing, because, you can't, it's too much weight to put on people's shoulders that they have to walk around bearing the weight of the entire world, and they can never mess up. That's a lot to ask from people, celebrity or not. So we need to have perspective. So I agree with the answer. Hey there. Do you have a book that you want to share with the WokeNFree Nation? Are you a business owner looking to share your product or service with the podcasting world? Well, guess what? You can book an ad with us on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. We're super excited to speak with you about curating a unique ad that will get your message across the WokeNFree platform. So go to the Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That is WokenFree.com, because WokeNFree is more than a podcast. It's a way of life and offers an innovative way to promote your platform in the exploding podcasting space.
What determines when a disgraced icon or celebrity should be canceled?
Very interesting question. Cancel culture has gotten so out of control, but I think that there are set parameters that maybe determine whether you kind of come into the parameter of like, are you to be canceled today? First, the information available has to be true and verifiable. Second, the person has to have had the opportunity to address the situation publicly, in media, with the news, declaring what their truth and their presence is in the moment. Third, the behavior harmed another person or creature in a violent or immoral way. And then this person would most likely fall within that parameter of being canceled. I think it comes down to the harming of others, right? Because you can mess up. You can get drunk and pee in the street naked, right? Like, you're a little disgraced, but it's not that crazy. And I don't think it's worthy enough for cancel culture. But when you get naked and you pee in children's faces, like, wait a minute. This is abhorrent. This is a disgrace. Good. And this is, I mean, I really hope no one does this in life. Yeah. Then you, I'm sorry, you have to be canceled. But guess what? You might not be canceled forever. I do believe in redemption. We have to forgive, guys. There's forgiveness in our hearts. And I, of all people, will tell you, forgiveness has never been a really easy journey for me, but we have to embark it because it frees the soul. It frees you and the other person because people make mistakes, guys. Now, some mistakes are all mistakes redeemable? That's a whole different episode. But what I will say is, if the person, say, for instance, in that example, I don't, keep bringing back, but still, if you peed on other people, children or not, does that mean you have to be canceled for the rest of your life? I don't think so. If you rape people or children, now maybe that's an unredeemable thing, right? Because I don't know if you can really come back from that. I don't know. But there's always a possibility is what I would say. But what are your thoughts? How do you determine?
Well, I think it comes down to kind of three things like you were saying. But I think the first thing I like to think is this the first time they committed this act? Have they done it in the past?
First time offender. Nice.
Yeah, I think that has to actually come up.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Then I think, are they actually known to be rude and mean when not in public view? So those people that are on set and talking a lot of crap and saying racist things, if they're doing all that, then, that comes into play.
Are they a demon?
Yeah, because we know they're not cool people. They're not actually cool people.
Do they follow Satan?
Because there's definitely those people that they're off camera and they're really terrible.
Ooh la la, ooh la la.
And you're just not sure when you see them. You can't tell, but sometimes you get the feeling that you actually don't know. But we hear about it. We hear about how they actually are when they're not in the view of people.
Get your life, guys. Yep.
So I think that is a big factor. And then the last thing I think is, what are they doing to atone for their egregious acts?
Do you think people would even take them seriously? Like, especially like, say, the peeing situation. Would people, like, how do you atone for that? Like, what do you
say? You only use a restroom now from now on.
I mean, see, that sounds like a joke, like, as an answer. Like, it sounds like you're just crazy.
But now you know where the bathroom lies.
Like, I mean, when you swear to never pee again, you insert a catheter in.
No, you will pee. You just only pee in restrooms now.
See, that sounds crazy.
No, does it sound good?
Sound crazy, Khalil.
And then you have to you gotta pour water over your face every morning to kind of.
You have to waterboard yourself.
Yeah, because it just says that I'm sorry for what I've done. This is how it feels to be drowning in stuff.
So you become Catholic and you just punish yourself every day.
Yeah, that's how you atone for it. Because I don't know what else you can do.
I struggle with that word atone because it just sounds very Catholic in nature, and it just seems like I have to speak to a priest and then put lashings on my back.
You don't have to do that though. You just got to do things that work towards.
Christ compels you.
You got to work towards solving your problem.
I think that person might have to donate to children charity probably for the rest of their life and probably upwards to $1 million. It would have to be money wise. Yeah, but they might not also, maybe they should never be around children again too. Maybe.
Well, of course. It depends who you commit the crime against.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be around them anymore.
Definitely not.
That's too much.
Well, yeah.
It's a bad reminder.
Exactly.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? It's scenario time, guys. Scenario 1. Dorothy was a popular actress on a very funny sitcom. Unfortunately, she was caught on camera cutting children in line to their favorite Disney theme park attraction. Should the public forgive her wrongdoings because she warmed many people's hearts ages ago, or should they cancel her immediately for breaking children's souls?
No, she should just probably be like punished by not being able to go to the Disney park for a week or something. Like,
they ban her from the park.
It's just a temporary ban, just because you need to learn how to act right in public. That's what I think.
She feels she has the right to cut kids off.
Yeah, I want to be a unicorn tomorrow. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get your life. People paid for those. You know how much those tickets are? People paid for those tickets. Let the children be happy. And just because you were cool back in the day doesn't mean you have like a pass to be, you know, a bit of a donkey for the rest of your life. Like, no, not quite.
But at least you say she shouldn't be canceled, though.
No. I think she's a bad blogger. Not a bad blogger, sorry. A bad article about her would come out on a blog, and then she would, you know, be ashamed for a little bit. And then, like I said, and then Disney's just like, shame on you. You can't come for a week.
They ban her for
the first week of June or so, something special. Like, you know, whenever they do a special announcement, she can't come that week. And then she'll learn and she'll move on. But we have to, you can't, again, it seems like you do, like you bump into somebody, canceled.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta be easy, guys. Break it down a little bit. But you agree?
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
I knew I wouldn't cancel her, but I didn't think about that. She could just be banned from the park for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd do a week. I might have to do a month. But
ooh, rough. Okay.
at least to know that she, like, learns that you can't just be like, I'm the baddest stuff. I can do what I want. Like, some people think that. Just because they have some type of notoriety, they're like, "Hey, I can do what I want." No, you can't. So that would teach her a lesson and send a message out to others. Don't mess around. Get your life,
yeah. And if she was gangster enough, you know what she does with the real cool celebrities?
They
buy out the park. If you don't want to be interrupted during your day, then level up your money game, boo. What that money look like?
Oh yeah, I mean that's a lot of money.
Exactly.
Scenario 2. Rose was always a silly person, not often recognizing when her two best friends were making fun of her. Just for the fun, she sent out a belligerent tweet about cats, which she promptly deleted after the backlash she faced. She later made an apology video claiming it was all for kicks and giggles. Should the public accept her apology and move on?
About cats? You mean the movie, the failed movie?
No, not the movie.
Oh, you mean like actual cat animals?
Yeah, just animals, the cats. Oh, not the movie. Oh, that's a good one, though. Because that's happened already.
I know, I think
a lot of people made those tweets already.
I was so confused.
And none of those tweets were pulled, yeah.
Yeah, oh my.
No, these are about the cats, the animals.
So... But why would people be upset about what do you mean by the belligerent tweet about cats? Like, what do you mean?
She's saying she hates cats and like just saying bad things about them.
Okay. And why should the public care?
Why should the public care? Because you forgot. We watched even part of the show on Netflix. You don't mess with cats, remember? Yes. Okay, but she wasn't harming the cats. No, she wasn't harming them. She's just talking really down, yeah.
Okay.
Which people don't, look on you don't get many tweets like that.
I'm sure PETA would put her on you don't
get many tweets like
blacklist,
that.
But...
People may voice their opinions to others, but they usually don't tweet, like, straight up bad stuff about cats.
Okay. Again, I think this comes down to what you said. So how can she atone? Like, could she atone from this? Possibly. Maybe she donates.
She did an apology video.
Go donate. Go donate 3 months at a time. Like, volunteer an hour every Saturday for 3 months at a cat shelter and clean some cat poo and pee and really show that you're sorry. And then I think the public would understandably accept that apology. But an apology video, I can sit here and make an apology video. You guys be like, go stick it in your booty hole. Like, no.
Even if you say the apology
really meant something to you?
Yeah, well, because you're saying it was just like a joke. It wasn't meant to be taken real. Well, because remember, we're also in like a highly offended culture.
We take ourselves extremely seriously.
Yeah, sometimes people are making jokes and people don't realize it.
Yeah,
or sometimes a joke is too far.
It's in poor taste, and as you said, don't mess with cats, right? So, you don't want people to come for you, Rose. So
you think she's got to actually do real things to atone?
I think
she can't just that apology video is not enough.
I don't think it's enough. No, she's not a celebrity, right? So maybe celebrities can get away with that, but real people have to actually do stuff. You have to really do something.
Oh man, that's messed up.
What do you say?
I think the public needs to accept her apology and just tell her to get out of the comedy kind of field. Like she needs to keep her day job. Okay. They can just do that. Because if she said it's a joke, it's a joke. And I know it's messed up. She's talking about the cats, but it was in bad taste. Let's just give her a chance. I mean, I don't know if you should punish her more. You could like ban her.
Volunteering at a cat shelter is not a punishment.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
It's a good thing to do for the spirit, for the animals. And I've done it, and I've done it for both dogs and cats. It's really nice and rewarding. I mean, you stink and you have to shower a lot, but, you need to do it because they need help, guys. Shelters need help. So if you have a free time, 1 hour a month, give your time and donate to these shelters.
Scenario 3. Blanche rose to become a prominent executive producer for popular TV shows in the 90s. Unfortunately, she was known to exert her authority over subordinates, pressuring them into relationships in order for them to maintain their positions. After public outcry, she lost her job, but actually became really sick. Should the public overlook her past deeds since she is deathly ill and it looks like karma has stepped in to right past wrongs?
That's an interesting question that is similarly based on an interesting celebrity now who's currently sick. Okay. So, that's a rough one. Again, like I said, we all have forgiveness in our hearts, whether we want to tap into it or not. And I think does feeling sad for her sickness or her imminent death, does it right the wrong of her past deeds? No, but I think you can. So I think the most appropriate and the most compassionate thing to do is to probably not bring it up to her. Not be like, ha, that's why you're sick, because you were a nasty person when you were an executive. Like, I think that's just ill form and it's not appropriate. What she probably should do is probably spend the rest of her time working on her wellness journey and maybe even trying to apologize and atone for the people that she forced into relationships for kind of business purposes, because they probably are deeply hurt by what she did, and then the public needs to just wish her well, right? Like it doesn't make sense.
Wish her well, even though she was harming all these people.
Yes,
scarring them for life.
But again, no one wants to feel like they're dying alone and that everyone hates them, right? Like that's a hard place to be. And so either if you can't wish her well, then I would say do nothing, right? Say nothing, because sometimes the kindest thing you can do for another person is to just be quiet. Because if all you have to do is come at them with negativity, if you were really sick, would you want people coming at you talking about all the bad stuff you did? Like no one wants that. So I just think that we either wish her well or just leave her be.
But you could have possible lawsuits against her, though. People could
and they better hurry up before she dies.
Yeah, see?
But I don't think that they shouldn't. Yeah, if you have a cause of action against someone, bring your cause of action.
Even if you're deathly ill.
Yeah, absolutely. But just don't come at her, talking smack to her on Twitter. Bring your dogs against her. None of that stuff.
Yeah, I think you still need to go forward with any sort of lawsuits that are at play. Absolutely. You don't have to jump on her in public, but you need to make it known that, we're not standing for this, because you don't want people to think they can get away with it just because if they get sick, they can get over. That should not be an option.
Yeah, because she might live, right? And so it's like, handle your business, bring your lawsuit, do your thing, just don't totally make her feel like she's an awful, awful person, because she probably already feels that way. So I don't know if it's going to help, to be honest.
Maybe not. I don't know.
It's hard. It is hard, right?
Because of what they've done.
Egregious acts, and then you have to try to be better.
Just because now they're in pain and hurting. That's funny to say, all right, now since you're feeling that, we'll go easy on you. Like, that to me is kind of...
No, you don't go easy. The same. All you do is you treat them the same, but everyone deserves a modicum of respect. And sometimes even the people who...
Whoa.
I know. Even the people who seemingly don't deserve respect, when you show them respect, it really sets a tone to the rest of the world that, you know what? We can be better even when people aren't even better. I know that is it's challenging, but we have to remember we're always being looked at by someone else. So when you go in and you act crazy to someone, then other people, children are seeing this, and we have to be the change that you want in this world. And if I want to always be respected, then I always have to respect others, right? Like you can't want something that you can't give as well. So
that's true.
It's even the serial killers. Everyone just speak to people with respect. You don't have to agree with what they did or who they are, but you can be respectful. And, because otherwise there's no point to communicate. There's no point to exchange. If you're going to come up to someone and be like, and you're just going to curse at them, like, okay, that's an unfruitful exercise. Like, there's no point to that. But guys, this is it. We're at that time again. It's coming to the end of our 129th episode of Woke and Free. Quite the episode discussing how to deal with a disgraced icon. Oh my. We hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that it provoked you to think about how you're going to go forward with some of the icons you have in your life. And if stuff hits the fan, how are you going to act, right? And hopefully this has motivated you to think about some of the things that you will do or say or live in life in a way that is better for you and your disgraced icon. Yeah. And will we leave you hanging for what our next episode will be about? Drum roll, please.
On our next episode, we will be discussing who is winning the 2020 presidential election. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along the conversation. Make sure you tune in next week for Woke and Free Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
If you'd like to be a guest on the show, which some of you guys, you definitely do, you're hitting me up personally on LinkedIn, make sure you go to WokeNFree.com. You go to the Contact Us page, and that's where you submit your query for saying why you're awesome, what's your business, what's your product, what's your life story, all that jazz on WokeNFree.com. So that is WokenFree.com. If you do holler at us on social media, just to holler, just to engage, where do you do that? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest at Woke and Free. And now if you're like, oh wow, I really loved, I would love to talk to you about presenting or advertising your business, your book, your product, your service, all of that jazz, same place before, contact us page at WokenFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do share the episode and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for Woke and Free Wednesdays. Remember, Woke and Free is more than a podcast, it is a way of life. Until next time.